Let's take a walk through Himeji Castle, one of the 12 original castles still standing in Japan. Construction of the castle started in the 1300s and was fully complete in 1609, so many sources will say that Himeji Castle is over 400 years old. It's also commonly referred to as the White Heron Castle. It's a World Heritage Site renowned for its beauty, massive size, and also the fact that it has survived wars and fires, earthquakes, and other natural disasters. There have been renovations on the castle, the most recent one being in 2015. The castle grounds are really complex with more than 80 buildings. You could easily spend an entire day there. You can walk around a lot of the castle for free, but if you want to enter the castle keep and go inside the main structure, you have to pay 1,000 yen. It's absolutely worth it. You also have to enter the castle keep to see the haunted well, which we will get into momentarily. Once you get inside the castle itself, you have to take off your shoes and be aware that it is 6 stories filled with very steep and narrow staircases. Did someone say haunted well? Yes, and interestingly enough, it was the inspiration for the movie The Ring. There are quite a few versions of the story of Okiku's well, but I'm going to tell you the version that is written on a plaque at the castle. Let's go back to the early 1500s. Himeji Castle was under the leadership of a lord named Norimoto. One of his regents, a powerful samurai named Aoyama, devised a plan to overthrow him. Okiku, a beautiful servant to the Aoyama family, happened to overhear discussions of this plan. She was an honest woman and could not bear to hear this treachery. She was able to convey the information to the right people, who warned Lord Norimoto of a possible attack. Norimoto was able to escape by boat to a small island that is part of Himeji City. In the lord's absence, Aoyama took over leadership of the castle. One of his henchmen, Danshiro, found out that Okiku played a major role in Lord Norimoto finding out about the plan, thus aiding in his escape. Danshiro was, however, infatuated with Okiku, and he saw this as the perfect opportunity to blackmail her into marrying him. Unfortunately for him, Okiku was already in love with someone else, and she kindly turned him down. Danshiro did not give up, though. It was well known that Okiku was responsible for looking after 10 golden plates that were valuable possessions of the Aoyama family. Every day she would count the plates and clean them. Danshiro stole one of the plates, knowing very well that Okiku would be blamed if any were missing. When she made her rounds again, she counted the plates, ichimai, nimai, sammai, and was horrified to find that one was missing. After a few nights of watching her panic, Danshiro informed her that he had the missing plate, and he would return it without anyone ever knowing it was missing if Okiku would just marry him. Though she was scared and frantic, she still could not accept his offer because she loved someone else. This made Danshiro fall into a fit of jealousy and rage. He drew his sword, slashed her, and dumped her body into a well. With both Okiku and one of the plates being missing, people had just assumed that she stole it and ran off with it. However, one night, she crawled out of the well and made her way back to the chamber where the golden plates were kept. She counted once more, ichimai, nimai, sammai, and when she realized the 10th was still missing, she let out a bone-chilling wail. Then she made her way to Danshiro's room and begged him to return the plate. This happened night after night. She would crawl out of the well, count the plates, then crawl over to visit Danshiro. This drove him mad. He confessed what he had done, and then he offed himself. After Okiku's loyalty had come to light and her wrongful accusation was dismissed, a shrine was built for her. You can still see the well today, though it is empty and closed off. Many people throw coins in the well. I threw in 10 yen to signify that I believe she took good care of the 10 plates she was responsible for. Many say that she still rises from the well from time to time, late into the hours of the night, and continues to count the plates, and continues to scream. We'll never really know for sure, though, because the castle closes at 4:30 p.m. It's open at nighttime for special occasions, but never that late. As I mentioned before, there are a few versions of Okiku's story. Some say that she was approached by Aoyama himself to be his mistress, so he was the one who framed her. The common theme in all of these stories, though, is that Okiku was a servant for the Aoyama family, and she was wrongly accused of theft after rejecting a man. The way she crawled out of the well, soaking wet with her hair in her face, and how she tormented her accuser, was what inspired The Ring. The more you know. And just as a closing note, when I visited the castle, it was about an hour before closing on a weekday, so it was pretty empty. During the peak times of year, like cherry blossom season or other major national holidays in Japan, like Golden Week or Obon, it can get really crowded and you may have to wait to get in because the number of visitors is limited. With that in mind, I hope you visit the castle someday and pay tribute to Okiku.